Welcome to Path Dynamic, the place where excuses die and your strongest self wakes up. Here we break limits, rewire mindsets, and push you to take control of your life. If you're ready to level up, lock in, because your next chapter starts right now. Most people think their life is out of control because they're not motivated enough, disciplined enough, smart enough, or lucky enough. But let me hit you with something real. That's not the problem. The problem is way deeper, and honestly, it's something most people never even think about. You wake up drained. You start your day stressed. You react to things instead of directing things. And because of that, every day feels like it's running you, not the other way around. You get distracted, overwhelmed, annoyed, and frustrated. And then you beat yourself up for not being productive. You try new habits, you try new apps, you try new routines, and still end up feeling stuck. And listen, it's not because you're broken. It's not because you don't have what it takes. It's because you're trying to build a strong life on an unstable foundation. Think about it. Every time you tried to change, you were probably stressed, irritated, tired, or mentally fried. And then you wonder why it didn't work. That's like trying to drive a car with no gas and blaming the engine. Your problem isn't effort. Your problem isn't motivation. Your problem isn't ability. Your problem is the state you operate from. Because when you're in the wrong state, mentally, emotionally, and physically, even simple tasks feel like mountains. And when you're in the right one, man, you can move like a machine. So today, I'm going to reveal the one thing that secretly controls everything about your life. And once you master it, you'll feel unstoppable. So let's get straight to it. The number one secret to taking control of your life, the one thing almost nobody talks about, but everybody needs, is this: mastering your state. Your state is the combination of your emotions, your focus, your energy, your breathing, your body posture, everything going on inside you in the moment. Your state controls how you think, how you decide, how you react, how you show up. And guess what? Most people live in a state they never chose. Think about how wild that is. You wake up tired. Boom, that becomes your state. Someone texts you something annoying. Boom, new state. You scroll social media and see something triggering. Boom, new state. You're basically letting the world press buttons in your brain all day long. No wonder life feels out of control. But high-level performers, elite leaders, athletes, creators, entrepreneurs, they all know this. If you don't control your state controls you. And when your state controls you, your life becomes reactive, emotional, chaotic. You feel out of balance, out of focus, out of power. You become the driver, not the passenger. And here's the part nobody understands. You don't need willpower to control your state. You don't need hours of meditation. You don't need a perfect routine. You just need awareness and the ability to shift your energy on command. Once you learn how to change your state, instantly, you unlock real power. Not fake motivation, not temporary hype. Real, lasting, internal power. The kind that makes you feel like, yo, I got this. I'm built for this. I can handle whatever pulls up. Control your state, and you control your life. Because your state is the root of everything else: your habits, your choices, your reactions, your discipline, your confidence, your identity. Everybody loves to talk about strategies, morning routines, productivity hacks, hustle tips, and sure, those things help. But let me tell you something that might shock you. A weak state destroys every strategy. A strong state makes every strategy easy. You could have the perfect plan, the perfect goals, the perfect notebook, the perfect calendar. But if you wake up feeling drained, stressed, or mentally checked out, you won't execute any of it. And then you'll think you failed when really your state failed. Willpower? Forget it. Willpower is like phone battery. It drains, it dies. It runs out when life hits. And when you rely on willpower alone, you're basically saying, I hope I feel strong enough to do the right thing. That's not control. That's gambling. But your state? Your state is renewable. Your state is rewritable. Your state is trainable. And when you master your state, you don't need to force discipline, and on it flows. You don't need to chase confidence, and you feel it. You don't need to hype yourself up, and you're already leveled up. Why? Because your state shapes your identity in real time. When you're in a powerful state, you act like someone who is in control. When you act like someone in control, you build habits like someone in control. When you build habits like someone in control, you become someone in control. And that's the part people miss. Your emotions and physical energy aren't random, they're signals. They determine whether your mind opens up or shuts down, whether you fight or fold, whether you show up or check out. So if you've ever wondered why you just can't stay consistent, it's not because you're lazy. It's because you're trying to operate from a state that doesn't match the life you want. Once you fix the state, everything else starts lining up and automatically. Here's the deeper truth. Your brain and body are linked like crazy. You can't change one without affecting the other. Your thoughts change your body, and your body changes your thoughts. That's how your state is created, through a loop between focus, meaning physiology, and self-talk. Let's break this down. 1. Physiology. Your posture, breathing, movement, facial expression, they all send signals to your brain. When you slump, breathe shallow, move slow, your brain goes, oh, we're low energy, bet, and it shuts your motivation down. But if you stand tall, breathe deeper, move with intention, suddenly you feel more capable. That's not magic, and that's biology. 2. Focus. Your brain sees whatever you tell it to notice. If you focus on problems, life feels heavy. If you focus on possibilities, life feels open. Focus directs your emotional state instantly. 3. Meaning. Your brain gives meaning to everything. This is stressful, and this is a challenge can trigger 2 totally different states. Your meaning determines whether you panic or push through. Self-talk. You are constantly talking to yourself, whether you realize it or not, and your inner voice can either empower your state or destroy it. I can't do this shuts down your brain. I got this activates problem solving. Your brain is basically a chemistry lab, and your state is the recipe. When you're stressed, you dump cortisol. When you're inspired, you pump dopamine. When you're confident, you release serotonin. And when you're excited, adrenaline boosts your energy. So guess what? Your state determines your chemistry, not the other way around. This is why small changes create massive shifts. Change your breath, your brain calms down. Change your posture, your energy rises. Change your focus, your motivation kicks in. Change your meaning, your fear shrinks. Change your self-talk, your confidence spikes. That's the science behind taking control. And now I'll show you how to do it instantly. Let me show you the trap that keeps millions of people feeling stuck. It's a loop and a quiet one. But once you see it, you'll never unsee it. It goes like this. Bad state, bad decisions, bad outcomes, worse state. Repeat. You wake up tired. You feel annoyed. You react emotionally. You don't get things done. You feel guilty. Your state drops even lower. And now simple tasks feel impossible. People spend years, even decades, trapped in this loop. They think they're failing because they're weak, when really they're just stuck in a pattern. And here's the thing. A pattern is not your identity. A pattern is not your destiny. A pattern is not who you are. But if you run it long enough, it feels like who you are. So how do you break it? By doing the exact opposite. Aware state, better decisions, better outcomes, stronger state, repeat. The moment you notice your state slipping and you interrupt it, bam, you take your power back. You break the loop. You stop being a passenger and start being the driver. This is the moment everything changes. Not when your circumstances change. Not when life gets easier. Not when motivation magically shows up. But when you decide to shift your state first. But when you decide to shift your state first. The people who win in life don't wait to feel good. They create the state that makes them perform good. That's the difference between reacting and leading, between drifting and taking control. All right, now let's get practical. Here's a simple, powerful, 5-minute routine that can shift your state anytime, anywhere. Do this consistently, and your life will change faster than you think. Step 1. Change your physiology. Move, stand tall. Roll your shoulders back. Shake out your arms. Take deeper breaths. Your brain listens to your body like it's the boss. If your body looks stressed, your brain becomes stressed. If your body looks strong, your brain becomes strong. Step 2. Breathe for power. Try this. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat 4 times. This activates your parasympathetic system, the part that snaps you out of stress and into clarity. Step 3. Shift your focus. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? What's one thing I can improve today? What am I grateful for in this moment? Your mind goes where your questions send it. Ask small questions, get small emotions. Ask powerful questions, get powerful emotions. Step 4. Change your meaning. Say this out loud or in your head. This isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. This challenge is building strength. This moment is sharpening me. Meaning shapes everything. The right meaning turns pressure into power. Step 5, activate your voice. Use phrases that pull you up, not push you down. Let's get it. I can handle this. I'm built for challenges. I've survived worse than this. Your brain responds to your voice with instant chemistry changes. That's why pep talks work. Do these steps and in 5 minutes, you'll feel like a different person. More centered, more focused, more in control. Let me tell you about a guy named Marcus. He wasn't famous, he wasn't rich, he wasn't some superhuman success machine. He was just a regular dude who felt stuck. Every day he woke up tired, dragged himself through work, came home drained, and spent his nights scrolling and stressing. He kept telling himself, I'll change when I feel ready. But ready never came. One day he hit a breaking point. He looked in the mirror and didn't recognize himself. He wasn't depressed, he was numb. Life wasn't painful, it was just empty. That day he heard someone say, you don't need to change your life first. You need to change your state first. So he tried it. Tiny steps. He fixed his posture. He started breathing deeper. He asked better questions. He changed his self-talk from I'm tired to I'm capable. From I'll do it later to let's handle it. Within a week he felt different. Within a month he was in the gym again. Within 3 months he had a side business. Within a year he had a life he barely recognized. Not because he became a new person, but because he activated the stronger version that was inside him the whole time. That's the power of mastering your state. It doesn't just change your day. It changes your destiny. Here's where people mess up. 1, they rely on motivation. Motivation is cool, but it's temporary. State control is consistent. 2, they think life has to change first. Nope. Your inner world changes your outer world, not the other way around. So they wait to feel ready. Ready is a lie. Action creates readiness, not the other way around. 4, they let emotions drive their decisions. If your emotions pick the path, your life becomes a roller coaster. 5, they ignore their physiology. Your body is your brain. If your posture is weak, your mind becomes weak. These mistakes are why people stay stuck. But once you understand that your life is shaped by the state you choose, everything gets simpler and a whole lot more powerful. Taking control isn't just about habits. It's about identity. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. So if you want a life of power, discipline, clarity, and purpose, you need to adopt the identity of someone who lives that way. Start by telling yourself, I am the kind of person who takes control. I am the kind of person who acts, not reacts. I am the kind of person who shows up strong. I am the kind of person who doesn't fold when life gets tough. Your identity shapes your state, and your state shapes your life. Here's your challenge for the next 30 days. Do the 5-minute state reset every morning. Interrupt every negative state within 10 seconds. Use empowering self-talk daily. Stand tall, breathe deeper, move with intention. Ask better questions. Choose better meanings. In 30 days, you won't just feel better. You'll feel in control. You've spent years letting life happen to you. Now it's time to flip the script. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're not behind. You just haven't been operating from the strongest version of yourself. The version that's been waiting inside you. Quiet, powerful, ready. Master your state. Master your identity. Master your life. This is Path Dynamic, and your comeback starts today.